Hey guys, welcome back to the third space. Today we are continuing our COVID-19 series, which we started like 2 videos back. Okay, and today we're going to be addressing the state of emergency. This is because the stipulated end, which is the 4th of May, is drawing close, and we're just going to get into the depths of the state of emergency and the lockdown, what this means for you as the general public when the lockdown is lifted, if at all.
So let's just get the elephant out the room. You probably know our faces, but this is Violet. She's our newest unpaid intern, and she's going to introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Violet. I'm so excited to be here. As you can see on my face, I've been watching this channel since I've been 3 years old. So. Is this where the theme song starts?
Yeah, I think this is where it starts.
As per usual, the primary aim of our videos is to make you alert, not anxious. We're trying to equip you with the necessary health information so you can make informed health decisions. So in our previous video, we tried to explain what necessitated the lockdown and the reasons behind it. So we discussed concepts such as flattening the curve and raising the line. So you should check out the video. We're going to put it up in one of these or in the description below. So you should totally check it out and familiarize yourself with these concepts. So the primary reason for the lockdown was to reduce the rate of infection. Therefore, we have a small amount of people getting infected at a time.
However, COVID-19 is still here, most likely not going anywhere anytime soon. We don't know how long it might take to get a cure or a vaccine. People are still dying and the cases are still on the rise, so it's very important to remain safe.
Yeah, so potentially the lockdown might be coming to an end, but that doesn't mean the world is still not on fire. And the practices we've been putting up in the last few weeks should not be just thrown out the window. Things like washing your hands should be done, sanitizing should still be kept up. And if you want to know more about washing your hands, check out our video that we made on that. It's very technical, very useful, and by visualizing it yourself, you'll still understand why it's important. So still try to social distance if you can. If you see somebody coughing with the flu or with symptoms, try to stay away. Like we said, because lockdown might potentially end, doesn't mean COVID is over.
So we have reason to believe that the lockdown might be lifted, or they might ease off of the gas pedal a little bit, because we have essentially had a very slow infection rate. We've had 16 cases. We've stagnated at 16 cases in like the last 2 weeks, and we had a good recovery rate. If we're gonna have to put a big question mark under that, but from what information that we've been receiving so far is that we've been having a decent recovery rate, and that's a very good incentive of lifting the lockdown. But when you also look at other aspects such as the economy, which has been massively tanking, like every third cab driver you talk to tells you that the streets, there's no bread on the streets, bro. So it's really, really tough, and we can't keep giving stimulus checks. I don't think we have another 8.1 billion to spare to give a stimulus check to people who live hand to mouth. So that's another reason that we probably lifted the lockdown.
And another thing we were discussing amongst ourselves is if the lockdown was to be lifted, it'll probably be done in stages, the way other countries are planning to do it. We know, for example, the States and I think South Africa are planning to do the same thing. For us, the stages will probably be simple things like most people will be allowed to go back to work. We think schools will still be closed, I think, but we'll see what happens with that. Something like the travel ban is unlikely to be lifted, because imagine this, our neighboring countries are still having cases and they're still rising every day. People are still dying, like we said earlier, so it doesn't make sense to have people travel in and out of the country while we're still having this global pandemic. So I think the travel ban is probably going to hold. What else do you think about that?
I think in a more practical sense of things, like you might be able to go back to your daily life, like you can go to the movie theater, however still practicing social distancing, restaurants might reopen, and the alcohol ban might be lifted. However, we believe that it should be regulated, like for example, liquor stores should close at a certain hour, pubs and stuff should only be allowed to open for a certain amount of time. Yeah, but these are just our speculations. Let us know what you guys think will happen, what life after lockdown will look like.
And this is mainly because alcohol is the greatest contributor to mass gatherings. So we think it might still be in stages as well, just to regulate how it's sold. But yeah.
So the reality is, we don't really know for certain how many cases have been in Namibia. This comes as a shock to us when the government actually confessed to having mismanaged certain contacts of positive cases where people were cleared from quarantine without appropriate lab testing. Okay, so we really do not know how many cases of COVID-19 we have so far.
So that's why it's important to note that a lockdown might be extended because we don't know. Things can change in the last week of lockdown that we have. So
yeah, but if we're honest, I think we're also under testing, but we'll see what happens. We haven't had too many new cases in the last few weeks, so we'll see. And should it be lifted, the ban that is, or the lockdown, the last thing we want you guys to do, and I know this is very hard to ask, but in the first weekend, try avoiding being in mass crowds, like just avoid it. We know you've been isolated for the last few weeks. Everybody's gonna try to go to a party or something like that, but at least for the first weekend, try avoiding mass gatherings. Because if someone is still sick out there and there is still asymptomatic transmission of the virus, we'll only know that people got sick a week or two after, and then this whole cascade just starts all over again.
But we're interested in finding out what you think life after the lockdown will be, so hit us down in the comment section below. You can engage us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at @thirdspace_. Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Phil, Alex, and
Alex.
Third Space. This.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah.